Today, SGM joins Dr. Valtraud Schelke, who's Associate Professor of Political Economy here at the London School of Economics. Valtraud's been reading political economy for over 18 years, and it's an honour that she joins us here today. So as we talk about going down either of these paths, the hypothetical deregulation or conformity outside of the European Union, yet still operating within the single market, wherever we end up, do you think the passing of the German elections might actually facilitate some progress on the Brexit referendum, the secession process?
No, I happen to think, and what I hear in Germany is that Merkel was briefly trying to be helpful when she saw, and I'm afraid people like Boris Johnson do not help you very much in this, that this can't be trusted, that they're not knowing, that government doesn't know itself what it wants. Then Merkel has made up her mind. I think her priority is getting the European Union in better shape.
Yeah.
And for that, Britain at the moment is not at all helpful. I think if you had only Theresa May and Theresa May in a strong position, that would be another matter. But the way it has gone, I think they just wait and see. And unfortunately, the clock is ticking for us who live here.
Of course. So in terms of the European Council's role, until the end, it might not be that significant. At the moment, it's between Michel Barnier and David Davis in order to start these negotiations. Do you think there's an almost an impasse within European institutions that's blocking Brexit progress at the moment? That's the reason I think maybe passing of the German elections will free up European institutions to talk about Brexit.
No, I don't. I really don't think that Germany is blocking anything in particular. I don't even think there is an impasse, because the Europeans have given clear guidelines to Barnier, very comfortable for him to say, well, I'm just sticking to my brief, while Britain has not come up with anything clear and a strategy you could negotiate about and would see where then the problems lie on the side of the Europeans. I'm afraid we are not even there yet to see that. And this means it's completely fantasy world to think that you can do that in the next year or so. I find it even, but I discuss it with my colleagues and they do not agree with me. I would think that it reaches way into the next election, and then we can have an election campaign as it should be in a democracy, whether people are still warming to this after the first referendum, whether they still want Brexit. To me, that would be the proper way to do it. But my colleagues say they don't think that it will last that long, and it's partly because they will wrap it up one way or the other before the election campaign, and Labour will go with it.
Sure.
A lot will depend on Labour.
So to some extent, perhaps in your view, maybe not your colleagues, Vince Cable's Liberal Democrat Party and their line, having a second referendum once we know more, that's not anti-democratic to you? It's not trying to railroad the first referendum?
No, actually that's quite a normal. If you look at the history of referenda, a friend of mine has done this, it's quite often that you have a second referendum. Now I do understand why the Brits did not announce that from the start. I mean, if you would say today, oh yeah, we have a second referendum, I mean, then the Europeans have no reason to compromise on anything, right? You just let that the hard Brexit be there as a threat, and then people may back off.
Yeah.
So I do understand this. But at the same time, it is democratically the proper procedure. This is what New Zealand recently did with its flag, and then decided in the end for the status quo. And that may happen because it is true, and it is a solid argument to say, yes, people voted for Brexit, yes or no, and the majority said yes. So now we try. But whether there was ever a majority for any of the options you have done for this after exit, that is not clear to me.